Hello po, ako po si Deo Rafael A. Palomo. Ako po isang licensed pharmacist dito sa Metro South Medical Center. Mali. Mali. Tama. Mali. Tama. As a pharmacist, maraming responsibilities aside sa dispensing, no? Meron ding compounding, meron ding yung nagmamonitor ng mga gamot, mga antibiotics, lalo na yung mga restricted, tsaka yung ating mga monitoring, Tapos meron din tayong in a hospital situation, in a hospital setting, kami din po yung nagmamonitor ng mga dangerous drugs, no, na ginagamit for OR, and hindi siya yung basta-basta lang dinidispense as outpatient. It is strictly important only here sa OR. Ayun, actually, merong mga iba't ibang mga resources, no, tulad yung reseta, yung prescription. Doon pa lang kasi doon yung pinaka-basis namin. Kasi doon kami nagbe-base kung ano yung kailangan ng mga gamot ng patient and kung ano yung proper dose. Ayun. So, kami yung nagpa-provide mo kung ano nakasulat sa reseta. It's more of a collaborative effort. Kasi kung titignan mo, sino ba nag-ano ng reseta? Mga doktor, di ba? So, kailangan mag-join forces ng pharmacist, doktor, lahat ng mga healthcare professionals para ma-provide namin yung tamang pagbibigay ng ligtas na gamot at serbisyo sa mga pasyente. Ayun, that's actually a good question, no? Kasi in outpatient counseling, kasi maraming tinatawag na medical illiterate. Kung sinabing illiterate is that yung konti lang yung kaalaman sa mga gamot. Minsan, bigay ka ng example kasi merong ibang patients na maintenance. There are over like 100 na gamot sa reseta nila, and sometimes nag-i-exceed sila doon. So, ayun, kailangan kung ano yung nasa reseta lang, yun lang yung ibibigay po namin. Kaya there are proper ways on counseling. Another example here is your liquids, suspensions, syrups. Maraming nag-iisip na same lang sila, parehas lang kasi parehas liquid. Pero meron po siyang differences, and proper counseling sa pharmacist is actually needed to provide more literacy. Ayun, as I've said din before, no, the following of your prescription. That's it. Also, kasi merong ibang patients na kapag gumaling na, di na i-continue yung mga antibiotics. So yun, your proper way is to always follow the prescription. Kahit na gumaling ka na ng kahit konti, continue to take it. That's the golden rule, guys. Always take your medication based on your prescription. Let me provide another example. There is also some people that, halimbawa, nagkasakit, and maybe it could be viral, no? And then they just chose to go biogesic, no? Ayun, probably magiging ineffective yung gamot, thus it's a waste of time. Tapos lalo lang lalala yung pakiramdam mo. Some people also take antibiotics as self-medication, yung biglang example, Azithromax in simple na ubo, no? Doon na uso yung ating tinatawag na AMR or your antimicrobial resistancy. Kasi nagiging resistant yung katawan sa in-offer na antibiotic, which is hindi naman talaga yun yung kailangan niya in the first place. Halimbawa, ito yung antibiotic na kailangan mo, and then naging resistant ka na doon. Meron tayong mas stronger antibiotics, no, to counteract that deficiency. With regards to this matter, I'm going to be strictly honest, no. There is no proper training talaga kung paano mababasa ang isang reseta. Nangyayari siya through experience talaga, no. Parang halimbawa sa dami ng pasyente, parang matatansya mo na lang na, ay, ano to? Amoxicillin to? Co-amoxiclav to. Ayun. So, all I can say is that in time, no, when nabigyan ka ng maraming prescription and palagi mo na siyang na-encounter, naho-hone siya sa skills mo. Naho-hone siya sa inside your mind and then nakikita mo na ito pala yung proper medication. Kaso, we also need to be careful, no? Double check pa rin yung mga ibang sulat kasi there are some sulat na hindi talaga maintindihan. Meron tayong tinatawag na violative prescription, impossible prescription, and erroneous prescription. All those na affects dun sa sulat or sa labeling ng reseta. In layman's term, no. I mean, it's the same active ingredient. Your acyclovir is still acyclovir, maging Viclov man yan or Zovirax, no? Kaso, in some point of view kasi, merong pinagkaiba sa excipient. Kasi ang isang drug, binubuo siya ng active ingredient at saka excipient. Yung active ingredient, yun yung gamot. Yung excipient, yun yung mga other ingredients para ihalo dun sa gamot. Ngayon, some brand, as said by other physicians, no, na some brands mas effective kasi yung excipient nila mas compatible doon daw sa patient. So, ayun, yun lang yung pinagkaiba nila. Pero kung titingnan natin yung mismong active ingredient, yung mismong content ng drug, still the same. Actually, it depends on your reseta kasi doon nakalagay merong clopidogrel, o biglang meron kami mga antihistamines. Ayan, yung mga antihistamine nyo, before bedtime yan. Kasi ang side effect niya is nakakaantok nga. In short terms, no. Kasi merong specific instructions ang reseta. Aberya ba? Magkaka-aberya ba? Kung hindi nyo sinunod nyo sa reseta and kung ano yung nasa instruction dun sa description. So, throughout this interview, no, na-mention ko naman yung importance ng prescription. Ayun, tip number 1, always follow your prescription, no? Huwag kayong yung nagsasariling na magka-cut ng medication, pag gumaling na konti, ganun. Follow nyo palagi yung nasa schedule, no? Tip number 2, iwasan natin yung self-medication, no? As much as possible, consult your physicians or e-consulta or sa mga LGUs, yung mga free consults. Meron naman pong paraan para makapagpa-check up po and para po makapag-provide po kami ng reseta. And number 3 is to always trust your pharmacist, no? We may be sometimes like pagod or hindi masyado ganun ka-entertaining, pero all we want was the best for you. Metro South is very systematic, no? Very masinop sila sa sa lahat ng sa bawat galaw at sa bawat step na ito-take mo. So I think that's a good factor, no? Kasi di-train yung mga pharmacists natin. I was well trained din and I was shown kung paano talagang napapakita yung system na to. So ayun, I also have to thank Metro South Medical Center for that, for helping me become a better person and most of all, a better pharmacist.